Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise and glory. The Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak with us. The Bonzi Apostles, Elder Millstone, Overlake Teacher Brother 30. I'm the brother Chayabu. Amen. I'm going to get straight right into it. So this is an article I came across on Natural News. It says, British government offering farmers lump sum payments to stop growing food and to sell their land. Yeah, man. Why do you think that is happening? Why do you think this is happening? Reading on, it says, the United Kingdom has now introduced a new program that offers lump sum fiat cash payments to farmers who agree to stop farming and sell their often multi-generational family-owned land to the government. According to reports, farmers who accept the cash must either retire or take on a different job of which the government approves. The British government is calling the program a Basic Payment Scheme, BPS. The purpose is allegedly to fulfill green policy agendas, writes Mike Campbell for the counter signal, which is a complete lie, man. Because we know what Esau wants to do at the end of the day, you know. We know he wants to bring all these things, you know, he wants all this chaos to happen because what? With famine? You know, with, of course, food stopped being produced, you know, famine comes, what comes up with famine? Chaos, because people start to go crazy, you know, looking for foods and goods and, you know, basic necessities, man. So what Esau wants, you know, all this chaos to happen. So he comes in like a savior and he can present you with his ultimate goal, his ultimate agenda, which is that, what? The MOB, the mark of the you-know-what, beast. Which is written in Revelation 13-16. Which is the RFID CHIP, man. That's the MOB, man, that is written in Revelation 13-16, man. So what Esau wants all this chaos to come so that he comes in, you know, with that new caste system and he makes it, okay, you know, if everyone who takes this CHIP, man, you know, you're gonna be you're gonna be able to be you know, buy and sell. You know, you're gonna be able to obtain food. You're gonna be able to have your job. Everything's gonna go back to normal. No more, you know, troubles for you. Hey, and a lot of people will fall for that. You know, once all hell breaks loose, man, people are gonna wish, man, things to go back to normal, so-called normal. Because, hey, this society ain't normal, man. But you people have been trained up to think that way. And don't want to shoot and want to stay believing that this, you know, place is normal or whatever. This place is how life is supposed to be. You know, people want to stay stuck in that bubble. So, or, you know, I'm speaking to you Israelites really but going on, it says older farmers who don't want to change their farming methods are being asked to quit or sell their land. In turn, new farmers can adopt alternative environmentally friendly farming techniques, which I want to know what these new alternative environmentally friendly farming techniques are. And who are these new farmers? You know, are they like government, you know, government paid or what? Because what, you know, Esau's trying to come with these, you know, laboratories and, because, hey, this devil's, you know, he's been doing it, but, hey, we see the, you know, these 3D biomeats or whatever that are being produced in laboratories. You know, we know this devil can grow food easily and manufacture these foods in laboratories, you know, under, you know, put these plants, you know, in a controlled environment, you know, under, you know, a ceiling with artificial lights. I guess maybe that's his, alternative, environmentally friendly farming technique, which is crazy because farming, what, since the time of Genesis, man, farming, has been a thing. So apparently now, oh, farming's just terrible. It's destroying our world, and even though farming's been, done for thousands of years, but apparently now, in 2022, farming's just terrible and it needs to be done away with. This is none of Esau's tricks, man. He's trying to do. Because, man, once you have this, spiritual eyes, that's, once the Lord, gives you this word, man, everything that Esau says, man, every lie he tells is completely stupid, man. It's completely stupid. You used to be laughing at it at the end of the day. And funny thing is, you got the masses of the majority of the people believe this shit that this devil tells them. So it says the Netherlands is similarly trying to out farming in order to go green, though it is doing so by force rather than teasing agriculture sector into compliance by dangling cash in front of farmers as an incentive. Yeah, so what does that tell you, man? They're literally trying to pay farmers, man, to stop growing food. They're literally trying to pay you to stop growing food and to sell your land. Because at the end of the day, man, this devil, man, he wants control over all lands, man. That's why you see Bill Gates buying up, thousands and thousands of acres, man, of land in the United States. So going on, it says, according to England's environmental secretary, the UK cannot move forward with this green agenda because older farmers are standing in the way of change. It's funny, man. Because ever since the Industrial Revolution, the earth has been in this heavily, polluted state. Which before that, all these factories, all these pollution, all these pollutants, pollution causing structures, I guess you can say, or, these things that cause pollution, the earth was, in a better state. When things are supposed to go, because, the Lord created the earth a particular way, man. And now this devil's trying to make it seem like he's trying to go green. If you're trying to go green or whatever, it's quote unquote green, you live the way how the Lord intended, for you to live, which the Lord didn't intend for Esau, to live, after, or, the heathen to follow after the law, statute, commandments. Only the Israelites were given that. Of course, the heathen later, in the kingdom, but that's another subject. But staying on point, it says, in order to go green, in other words, farming in England must end, which will starve out the population and result in a new world order for the elite to enjoy. Yeah, one thing that this author should have included, that, why did they want to bring out this, why would they want to starve out the population? Because they want chaos to come forth. They want, all hell to break loose so that they come, because you got to make sure you state, why they want to, of course, for the New World Order, the NWO. But, it's goes deeper than that, They want to, at the end of the day, bring forth that new cash system. which I'm not. He probably bring it out, but no, I don't think he mentioned it. Yeah, this author didn't mention it, but yeah, staying on point, man. Because we know at the end of the day, his ultimate goal, his ultimate agenda, like I said, and it's in the scriptures, is to get everyone CHIP, man, to put up and everybody that mark of the you know what beast, MOB, which is written in Revelation 13:16. So and you might ask, oh, why would they want to CHIP everybody? Because what we know, when you go deep into this technology in these RFID CHIPs, you know that it's manufactured or designed in a way so that it can completely track the human body. Can completely read and track the human body, man. And that's why they want to be able to track you. They want to have full control over you. They want to be like the Most High. So they think that the CHIP will give them that feeling, of being like God, like, if you want to put it that way. So it says, many British farmers are so far in debt due to government and market corruption that they have no choice but to close up shop. Yeah, indeed. This devil's been making it real hard on farmers, so that they be forced, because profits have decreased for these farmers, heavily. Things just been getting a lot harder, so that they have no choice but to give up these farms, whatever. Yeah, so it says, thanks to the Wu Crown Royale Plan D, I'm gonna say that Great Britain is already well on its way to the abolition of farming. Supply chain woes coupled with market corruption and skyrocketing inflation is already driving many farmers out of the business against their will. Yeah, so point is, man, hey, a famine without a doubt is coming. The elites want a famine. Literally a man-made famine, man. You think all this is happening out of nowhere, the skyrocketing, this inflation, you know what I'm saying? Just when this Crown Royale hit, now this Crown Royale is in the food. We gotta, destroy all the crops and stuff, all that. You think all that just happened out of nowhere? Nah, this is planned. But really, at the end of the day, once you have the understanding, man, of the scriptures, of what's really going on, you understand that the Lord is the one bringing these things to pass, man. Because what the Lord said, that famine, He will bring a famine, upon Babylon and upon the world, man. So we know that that's prophecy at the end of the day. So Lord, and what we know at the end of the day, Esau, so-called white man, which is the physical counterpart of Satan, we know that that's the Lord's sword. We know the Lord uses him as one of his many forms of judgment, of the Lord's, judgment. So the Lord's going to put the spear on Esau to, bring this man-made famine, so that, hey, let's go to 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Yeah, we see, hey, ever since 2022 started, man, sorrows and great mournings have increased exponentially, and they're only to get worse, man, in the upcoming days, which are very, very near. Just look at the news, man. It's complete, for these people, it's a complete, frown compared to, a couple years ago. So it says the beginning of famine and great death. Or even if I saw verse 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Yeah, because the Lord was showing Esdras, one of the prophets, the visions of, and, the prophecies. He showed him what's going to happen, in these end times, which are currently in these end times. These times we're in right now is what Esdras was seeing, man. In these things that are to come, these things are to come, was really very near, the climax. The Lord showed Esdras, the climax, man. When all hell broke loose, man. But yeah, we're literally in the beginning of famines, man. This is just the beginning, what we're seeing. So it says, who will deliver me in those days? It says, verse 18, to continue on where I left off, it says, the beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars. We see Ukraine, Russia, for example. And the powers shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Again, because Esdras was seeing these things, the times that we're in right now. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Yeah, because at the end of the day, the Lord's bringing all these things, because, a Christian or whatever, someone who doesn't have the understanding, they might ask, oh, why would it, I can't believe it. Why would God, bring all these things upon, the planet Earth? Why would God want to put, all this evil, all this suffering upon the earth? Well, right here, what it says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. So Lord sends these things as judgment upon the wicked. That's why the Lord's, bringing these things upon earth. Because what this doctrine that, the Lord's going to forgive, the wicked, the Lord's going to forgive, go ahead and sin all you want because the Lord's going to forgive you. That doctrine has been pushed heavily upon, the false doctrine has been pushed, heavily upon the world, man. So people have been, completely persuaded into doing that. But once you have the understanding of the scriptures, you'll understand that the Lord doesn't deal that way, and that He's gonna judge the wicked. So going back to the article, it says, put another way, farmers are being forced out of the business, which is often a family business, by central banking overlords and other globalist architects that have created a perfect storm situation of skyrocketing prices, low supply, and general chaos throughout the markets. Yeah, so you think all this is just happening out of nowhere, like, inflation, prices are skyrocketing, foods are getting low, countries is fighting, for no reason. Nah, this all planned, man. Because again, all these things happening sets, a clear way for that NWO that Esau wants to bring. It says, this is all part of the Great Reset, by the way. This continuing in the article, it says, in which all the peons will own nothing and be happy, while the fat cats at the top of the basket and all their wealth in excess at the expense of everyone else. Yeah, and like this author mentioned, he said all the peons will own nothing and be happy. Yeah, and that's what they want to push, because that's a quote. That's what one of the elites said, man. You will own nothing and be happy. It says rising prices on fertilizer, gas, and just about everything else needed to do their jobs have made the government's offer tempting. Campbell adds about the cash payments now being offered to family farmers by the UK government. Polls suggest 75% of British farmers are seriously interested in shutting down their farms for 30 pieces of government silver. BBC News, which often reports fake news, published the results of a poll conducted by the Tenant Farmers Association of England, suggesting that most farmers are strongly considering taking the money and running. Some 75% of British farmers told the association that they're strongly interested in quitting agriculture, selling off their land, and taking cash from the government. Yeah, which what this author basically alluded to, which could be fake news, just so the farmers out there, who are contemplating, whether or not they should sell their lands, will be even more persuaded into doing so, because apparently 75% of British farmers are interested in doing that, which who knows if it's true or not. But yeah, man, I think that's the point in this article, man. But point is, the Lord is bringing all this does is just prove that the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai are true, because the Lord says that he's going to put a famine upon the earth. So us bringing out, these articles speaking about famines, wars, pestilences, and everything else concerning prophecy, it's just to further prove that the words of Yahweh Shem Yahshai are true and they are faithful. So going to Jeremiah, well, before I get that, let's go to continuing on in 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. It says, "But for all these things they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges." Yeah, so even though the Lord sends these things upon the earth, for as judgment, of course, you have some who are gonna, for some Israelites out there, because, we're speaking to you Israelites out there, man, at the end of the day, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos, and those who might look like the other nations, but your seed line goes back to those people, and, you got the spirit